I would like to take you back to the moment of the Big Bang. In a billionth of a second and 14.7 billion years ago, all the universe became exploding energy. Energy attracted energy and formed atoms spinning through space and time, working at the speed of light over millennia, creating billions of galaxies. One of those galaxies was our Milky Way, and halfway along one of its spiral arms, the sun was born, and around the sun, the planets coalesced. One of those planets, where it was not too hot and not too cold, became our home, planet Earth. To help our human minds grasp the cosmic times we're dealing with since the beginning of planet Earth, that is to say, 4.6 billion years ago, let us imagine Earth as a woman of 46 years. Let's call her Gaia. We will now use her life, which is cosmically ours as well, to trace the story of this small blue dot that we call our home. Fairly early in Gaia's life, deep in her oceanic volcano vents, the first molecules of life were formed. In time, these molecules grouped together to form the first cell with strands of DNA. Every single plant and animal can trace its ancestry back to that first cell, which means that ultimately we are all related. Gaia waited until she was 42 years old, 4 years ago, before creating life on land. Plants moved into land and transformed rock dust into soil. Insects followed soon after. 2 years later came the dinosaurs. It was only 3 months ago in Gaia's life that we became great apes, and just 2 days ago that our species, our ancestors, Homo sapiens, arrived. For 99% of our time on planet Earth, we were living in tribes of up to 250 people, wandering around as the seasons changed, constantly sensing into rhythms and the cycles of nature. We used fire, made music and art, and took from nature only what we needed to sustain our lives. Eventually, we developed the power of language and speech to form bonds, tell stories, and pass on what we had learned to the next generation. It was only 1 hour ago that we started to farm the land and introduce the concept of ownership. We began to move into cities and started to separate ourselves from nature, seeing it as something outside of us. In the last 60 seconds, we've gone through the Industrial Revolution. During this time, the human population grew from 1 billion to over 7 billion, and the trends suggest that we will continue to grow to a peak population of almost 11 billion. Human life has been unstoppable, but the planet that sustains us can no longer keep up. The past year has given us the gift of time. Time to pause, to reset, to prepare for what comes next. Throughout history, we've seen pandemics give birth to periods of radical creativity. From the Black Death and the Renaissance to the Spanish flu and the Roaring '20s. However, history has also shown us that while some cities have boomed following a crisis, others never recovered. Whenever we feel overwhelmed at the scale of the challenges that face us, let us remember that everything that has been made by man can be unmade by man. Today was barely a millisecond in Gaia's life. The digital revolution has just started this second. Within the cracks of the old systems shines a light that is already leading us towards a new path. The transformation of our world has already begun. And so, tonight, we invite you to hear the voice of Gaia that exists inside and around you. take this moment to consider the cosmic scale of our collective existence and perhaps even the miracle of life itself. Now, I invite you to bring this awareness into the dinner we're about to share together. Give your full attention and gratitude to the food we're about to eat, tasting it and appreciating every bite. Let's have one conversation as a table, giving space for each voice to be heard. Let's speak from the heart about the causes we care about and the ideas and solutions that will enable the future that we dream of. Let's feed the flames of hope and positivity, and let's dine as if anything were possible. Welcome to the House of Transformation.